Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. NFL Week 18, final week of the regular season, Saturday football. We're just going to go through the two Saturday games. There is not much out on the Sunday action as of yet, not a lot of player props anyway. So we will go through the two Saturday games for you here, get you started off. And we have two playoff implication games. So Steelers at the Ravens. Steelers somewhere around 3.5, depending on what book you're at, around 34.5, 35 total. Ravens not playing for anything, locked up the number one seed already. Steelers win and need some help to get into the playoffs. So obviously an important game for the Steelers. Lamar Jackson going to be sitting. Looks like the rest of the receiving corps might be sitting too. Odell Beckham mentioned earlier in the week, I think on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it these days, that don't expect him hit his receiving prop, which sounds like he's probably not going to play, if at all. So on that one there. So we'll get into what plays we have on this game here. Obviously, this game means a ton to the Steelers. In the Steelers-Ravens game, though, I don't think the Ravens are going to give them anything, so to speak. I think they'll get a lot of effort. They're just going to do it with a lot of second and third string players. But we do like the Steelers here, obviously, because they're trying to get into the playoffs, even though it is a road game. Steelers -0.5 first quarter, -1.5 first half, -3 for the game. Then also we took George Pickens over 49.5 receiving yards. I know this came back down to like 47.5. I crushed that thing. I think Pickens is going to have another big day. Mason Rudolph over 189.5 pass yards. Justin Tucker over 1.5 field goals for the Ravens. Mason Rudolph over 18.5 pass completions and over 28.5 attempts. Steelers over 9.5 team total first half. And Steelers over 19.5 team total for the game. So one more time in this Steelers-Ravens matchup. Steelers -0.5 first quarter, -1.5 first half, -3 for the game. George Pickens over 49.5 receiving yards. Mason Rudolph over 189.5 pass yards, over 18.5 completions, over 28.5 pass attempts. Justin Tucker for the Ravens over 1.5 field goals. Steelers over 9.5 team total first half and over 19.5 team total for the game. So next game up is going to be the Texans at the Colts. This should be a barn burner here, we think. So both teams buying for a shot at the win of the division to make the playoffs. Full strength with the Texans again with C.J. Stroud. They did so last week, got a big win to put him in position. Colts are pretty good at home. So the question is, who do we believe in more, I guess, Gardner Minshew or C.J. Stroud? Pretty easy decision if we're just basing it on that. I think the Colts are going to put up one hell of a fight on this particular matchup. And, it's a good chance that they win this game, especially being at home. Texans, young team, lots to look forward to with the Texans. We're not going to play a side. We do like the total, though, so we'll go over that with you. So we'd like Colts-Texans over 7.5 total first quarter, over 23.5 first half, over 47.5 for the game. Then C.J. Stroud, over 21.5 completions, over 34.5 pass attempts, over 259.5 passing yards, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And then Michael Pittman, over 6.5 receptions and over 74.5 receiving yards for the Colts. Pittman, of course, he missed the 2 weeks with the concussion. Last week was his first week back. He was a little underperforming, but otherwise he's been a stud all season long. So we do like him to get back over his numbers again one more time. So Colts-Texans game one more time. Colts-Texans over 7.5 first quarter, over 23.5 first half, over 47.5 for the game. Then we've got C.J. Stroud over 21.5 completions, over 34.5 pass attempts, over 259.5 passing yards, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Michael Pittman over 6.5 receptions and over 74.5 receiving yards. Now, at the end of every episode that we do, there will be a link in the comment section to our Google Sheet. This is a ledger of all of our bets. what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at, then obviously the result once the games are finished and over with. So please make sure you do check those out. I'm sure we're probably going to add a couple more bets as we're doing this 24 hours ahead of time here. But as player props become available, there's probably going to be more things we can that we might like in this particular game. Unfortunately, if not available, can't bet them, right? So, but that's what we've got so far. So like I said, do make sure you check out those Google Sheets. Check that out. If you're into basketball as well, you can check out basketball. Football, you can also look at football last year on there if you want to see the results, and baseball earlier this year that wrapped up if you want to see the results from all the baseball bets. So we've had a great run in football. 2,800 units up. We're over like 2,200 units up in basketball so far this season. Baseball was a smashing success, over 7,000 units up. So make sure you do check those out. We're volume bettors. We don't expect everybody to have as many bets as we do, but we do like a lot of different things, so maybe, like I said, matches up with something that you love on that one there. So, and as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to our YouTube channel, so when we drop new bets, you get those first. Every time when you subscribe, turn those notifications on for YouTube. Every time we drop a new show with bets, you'll get notified. Makes it really simple. Then you just got to click the link from your phone or device to Sports Bets for Free. You'll get those. So feel free to get that done when you can. I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.